It's going to favor the Storm Spirit. As the levels do go up though, Bryle should not have too much of a tough time.
Yeah, it ends up being pretty even depending on those EXP spikes. Of course, you are going to be looking for level 6, although...
Yeah, top lane, Dubu ends up lane for this Storm. Saberlight about half HP, there's your zip in, and that's a lot of damage out. It's going to be a very nice, easy kill for Raylalisa. In fact, they might find another Moon Meander, he's quite low. Let's get the stun out, but Moon is still dropping, and they don't even need the Storm perhaps. They do get the kill, Bloody Nine able to pick up one himself on the... Of course, they do have a DD rune on that Void Spirit right now, so it's a great time, and Bloody Nine runs straight into them.
Bottom of all the cores still.
Loki.
They have been applying pressure.
In the top lane, he cops the Ravage with the Melodic. Sunray is going to heal him up a little bit, but is it going to be enough? He'll drop the arena and try to fight back. Dubu is dropping very low, but eventually Luki does die, and Dubu does survive as Yaren tries to TP out. Dubu did not have the cask up to try and cancel that off.
Saberlight here, he doesn't have Ravage to defend.
They drop the arena as well with the spear coming out, and now Raylalisa going to zip right in onto that tide. There are TPs coming, but are they going to be enough? Saberlight still not down, is eventually going to die, but at what cost? Luki also dropping low, does eventually die to Bryle, but now Bloody Nine getting a great black hole off. He caught two of them, and that should mean Bryle does go down. Raylalisa able to pick up that kill onto the Void Spirit. That'll make it an 8-5 now. Still a 2k net worth lead for Undying, but meanwhile, towards the north, Bryle going to catch out Creep through the Sakuchi and does get the kill along with Dubu. That's a very important pickup there for Undying.
Oh,
Get the silence. Vortex is going to be there. Tomato, no help so far, and he is eventually going to die. Great rotation out from Raylalisa and his team, but now Moon Meander is going to rotate him with a Hex and an Impale out onto Bloody Nine, and with the finger, it's going to be a nice, easy kill. In fact, they found Raylalisa. Looks like he tried to go for a TP out, but Bryle did end up cancelling it, and he can't even get up to the high ground. He is going to tie to the tier 3 tower, though.
Form, it's going to be mitigated a ton by this initiation.
There it is, they're going for the Hex, but Raylalisa trying to impale, but no, there goes the Ravage. And I did mean Vortex there from Raylalisa. Bryle, meanwhile, going to keep chasing down Bloody Nine. Creep is going to TP in to try and help out, but the spear does not connect from Luki. Moon Meander once again, a great impale there from the Lion. And Luki is in big trouble. He's trying to run. There goes Bloody Nine, and Luki should eventually just drop here to Bryle. He'll get the Yule Scepter off, but that'll just mean he dies to Tomato instead. They tried to burst one down there with the Vortex from Raylalisa, but Bryle is there with the Yule setup. Saberlight, no Ravage this time, but they want that Storm dead. There's the Impale out, catching up the Weaver. Egg is not going to last. It does get taken down by Dubu, and now Bloody Nine gets fingered up and does eventually go down, but now Luki coming in with a nice arena. They'll at least find Saberlight for their trouble, or will they? He's still alive, but does eventually die, but so does Raylalisa. Bryle now on the run, but Creep is going to try and chase him down on the Weaver. He was waiting to try and secure the haste room, but Bryle just walked in and picked it up, and now Yaren's in big trouble. Unstable Concoction's going to fly through with the Melodic. He's gone. They don't even bother chasing him down any further.
DogChamp needs to let out, and it's starting to feel like you're losing that time.
Moon does come in, nice impale there, but there's your black hole coming out straight onto Bryle. They just get that Void Spirit dead, but now Saberlight, a great Ravage out, connecting on 3 heroes. Luki, Melodic is going to be there. Dubu cancels off the Death Ward. They want to go after Creep, but they've lost Moon Meander. Now Luke is going to turn back around onto Saberlight, who is pretty tanky, but I'm not sure if he's that tanky. Creep does not want to keep chasing, but Saberlight might just burn out to the Phoenix damage, and does. Now Tomato TPing in. Does get the stun off onto Luki, but Tomato just happily taking it. But now Luki's going to jump in, but he might be in danger. Does juke out the stun. Moon linking in, but doesn't really get... Oh, now he's been blinked on by Raylalisa, or rather zipped on, and now the Lion's going to be in trouble. Didn't really get the initiation he wanted. Buyback is there, Creep coming in, does kill off Dubu. Now onto the Alchemist, but Tomato is a lot tankier, and Raylalisa is going to die. Bloody Nine didn't have the black hole anyway.
First advantage, they've got Ravage up on Saberlight, so it's trickier to go in for defense. And
oh, nice Ravage right onto Creep, and Creep is going to get blown up. Onto Luki they go. The Mars is a little bit tankier. They're actually going to ignore him as Tomato was dropping very low, but Bryle's going to run. Tomato may not get so lucky and does lose the Aegis, but they will find Yaren as a trade. On to Luki once again. The Mars is dropping very low this time around, but does manage to blink away, and instead they'll go on to Bloody Nine, but there's a zip in once again into the Impale. Moon Meander landing the Impale on 2 is going to catch out Rayla Lisa. It does come out. Creep should be able to burst down this line, but Moon is still alive, and now the jump in, he gets the finger off in time. Spryle bought the time for him. Luki's about to drop. They found Yaren as well. Does not have Chemical Rage up, but even without it, he's hitting pretty darn hard. The double damage rune, Ravage is out as well, catching up Bloody Nine and Creep. They just want to blow up the Enigma, and they do. They don't quite find Creep, but they do not care. They just want the Ancient, and the GG has been called 27.5 minutes in. That'll be game 1, going to the side of Undying.
A really clean game from Undying. Like, the start looked a bit wonky. There were a couple of wins coming out from DogChamp early on, but they kept getting what they wanted. They got space out for Tomato to farm up without sacrificing their farm in their other cores. DogChamp, we talked about them having to hunt down Tomato, and they did a couple of times early on, but not finding those kills, especially with that first arena drop fast, and that's something DogChamp will have to respect.
Yeah, don't forget either, John. Once you hit level 6 in this Ricky and you have your invis up, you can just get Iron Shelled. You can just run around doing damage without anyone seeing you. It can be very, very frustrating, especially as one of the supports, because this Iron Shell, especially at level 4, does much in the way of slowing down Creep, but he can try to steal some creeps away. Creep does get the slow off. Moon does have another blink strike, but he has nothing to blink to, and he is going to go down. Saberlight, though, does get a nice back onto the high ground, but it isn't going to matter. He just TPs back down to the top, or the bot tier 1 tower.
For Undying are a bit weaker. You'd expect the Chug up top to be a bit tankier, though. Although,
yeah, he messed up the vacuum. He was trying to get Creep onto the high. Just retreat once again on the puck, but he has that bounty rune to go back to. Brawl's really just playing this perfectly.
Oh, Saberlight.
Saberlight goes down Bob, but now Luki's in trouble up top, Chon. In fact, Creep gets a double kill now on the Troll Warlord, but Luki is still being chased down. I suppose he is buying a lot of time. Melodic does wear off as well. He does have a TP to play with. He turns around for the spear first. It's going to make Saberlight's life that much harder as he is still level 4. Another blink in, now Dreamcore being committed. Brian wants to try and help out, and with the smoke screen, they might have enough damage. No, he gets the battle trance off just on the edge of that smoke screen. Bloody Nine does die. Creep will eventually go down. Try to go after Saberlight, but Brian does kill him off beforehand. And Brian will just TP straight back into the mid lane on the puck. No waste of time here for him.
Yeah, that helps him massively, although Saberlight, not safe.
Rayla Lisa. There, so Moon Meander is going to be able to walk his way up and just secure those for the team. But now top lane, Arena is going to be dropped onto Saberlight with a great spear out from Luki. Is it going to be enough? It should be, and it is. Tomato now going to get jumped on with an Orchid out from Rayla Lisa, but is it enough damage output? It looks like it just might be, but Tomato does get the spin off in time. They have the right click damage, however. While that was happening, Moon Meander does get a kill onto Luki in the mid lane. But DogChamp should be very, very satisfied with that trade-up.
Yeah, it's a big one to take on the Jug. It's been a slower game for Tomato, as you can see the farm difference between him and Creep, and they are rotating bot, but there's a number of TPs in.
They have borrowed time again on Bloody Nine. Zip in, Rayla Lisa straight onto the Ricky with that silence, just to make sure. Call up, they see Luki, and they are going to make the jump in with Moon Meander. The trade a bit off the mark, but Arena has been dropped still. Rayla Lisa going to zip in, but doesn't get the silence. Onto the puck instead, catching out Dubu. And they even found Moon Meander. Did not realize he was underneath the center.
Not the best use of time. A lot of viewers had to rotate up for that. Now there's an opportunity for Undying to go for a fight themselves.
Oh, and they found Luki as well. Easy dream call into the Ethereal Blade, and he's going to try and buy some time for his team to catch up, but it looks like he is almost set to die. And he does to the spin of Tomato. Moon Meander getting very, very close as well to that Meteor Hammer now. And straight after that puck, it'll be a big, big pick off into the spear and the Arena. They blow him up. Rayla Lisa now going for another, but he is running low on mana. Dubu does not have a stun, luckily for the side of DogChamp. And with those 2 kills, John, straight into the Roshan pit they go. And of course, with the Curse of Avernus there from Bloody Nine, you can take this even faster with the Stroll Warhol. But the buyback is going to be there from Dubu. They are going to try and contest. This Tomato does get spotted, and they do still spin away by Yaren. Dual setup is there, but a nice smoke screen to make sure the spear could not follow up. Now Rayleigh going to try and go onto Saberline. The Dark Seer is going to die straight off the bat into a double lift stun. Omni Slash is going to be there, but it's not doing anywhere near enough damage. Tomato needs a way out, but can he find one? Probably not. Spin is not going to be enough through the right-click damage of Creep, and there's an immediate smoke up once again from DogChamp, but I assume they just go straight into that Roshan, and they do.
Yeah, without the Jug, without the Dark Seer, it's going to be hard to fight into this pit, although...
Green Coil being committed here, they're still trying to fight this one out. Rayleigh almost got blown up by the puck, but not quite. Now Bryle, well, he's stunned to a tree, or rather a cliff, but they do get the Storm Spirit, and they get Dubu.
These fights without Aegis up.
Zips straight in. They would have loved to go after Saberlight, but now the smoke screen is there onto the Storm. Rayleigh is in massive trouble. The spin is there. Yules is going to buy him time, and he should be able to zip away. In fact, he goes back in after Saberlight. Yeah, the Meteor Hammer does fly in. It doesn't really prove to be enough, though, as DogChamp is going to fight back. Bryle, trying to run with the ethereal form, is probably not going to make it out. Rayleigh able to help get another kill. This one going to Lukey. And DogChamp, they're looking really good in this game too. Still, they do get the Ethereal Blade back. Not going to break the Dream Coil. And I think they really wanted that snap, but another Sleeping Dart into the Meteor Hammer now. Creep is not going to pop the Battle Trance yet. Rayleigh does jump in onto the puck. They really want him dead, and Brawl does go down. Meanwhile, Tomato spins away, but he goes back onto Creep. But Creep is life-stealing his way back up to victory. In fact, he's just going to back off for a bit as Bloody Nine was on the front lines. Saberline is going to tie to Rayleigh on the Storm. Illusions. He keeps going through the wall. Rayleigh now going to go back onto Dubu, but he's healing up. Eventually they do burst him down. And Saberline, well, he's disconnected, but he is eventually also going to die. It's going to be a 3-4 run it down mid, but... Oh, Moon just calls it. Straight up GG.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep,
Not 100% sure what happened there, but... Looks like with Saberlight gone, they may have gotten the call that he can't reconnect, and they just call it.
I mean, it's fair enough. They were man down. Even before the disconnect, they were already lagging behind 5 to 10k within that range. It was a slower game for Tomato. His Jug just didn't get the itemization he was looking for. I think that the divergence he had from Maelstrom into the Yasha Manta Rush instead, staying on a Javelin, hurt his farm too much, and that itemization did cost the build up there on our Jug to hit out. I'm not sure if you're seeing the same thing as I am, Mike, but it's Dota 2's offline for me.